your flesh must submit to the spirit. The day your spirit will submit to your flesh, your spirit will develop fracture. The flesh was not made to maintain the spirit, but the spirit to maintain the flesh. The day you will authorize your flesh to dominate your spirit, you are outside the will of God. There must be continuous submission of the flesh to the spirit. The same way your flesh seeks to overthrow your spirit. Anytime you feel like your flesh is dominating or is moving forward to dominate your spirit, automatically arrest the flesh. For you to gain life, allow your spirit to dominate your flesh. Arresting your flesh means arresting the decision of the flesh. Arresting what the flesh is considering as beauty. You arrest. Kuna mtu unaweza muona msichana mrembo, umemuona according to your flesh, unasema maua. But according to the flesh, inaweza onekana beauty. But according to the spirit, ionekane mauti na upotevu. That boyfriend of yours, so nakumbuka vile ulikuwa unampenda mpaka picha zake unajaza kwa nyumba. And then now he is not there because your flesh dominated your spirit. And when your spirit has been dominated by the flesh, the spirit will develop some fractures. And when your spirit develops some fractures, there will not be blood. Kwa roho akikosekana mahali, patakuwa na dryness. When the flesh looks at something, maybe the flesh can consider it as opportunity, as beauty, as a promotion. Try to listen to your spirit, because your spirit can never lie to you, but your flesh can lie. Mtu unaweza nao, nimepata kazi. Try to figure out what is the thought of my spirit. Because my flesh can be happy because of the promotion. My flesh can be happy because of my marriage, of that man or that woman. Your flesh can be happy because he's a tall man. Mweusi, mudak, si ndio? Mrefu ananyanyua chuma ako na kifua, si ndio? Your flesh inaweza ona hiyo ndio mzuri. But roho inaona aje? Your soul ndio utapata judgment. Your flesh is working with your soul, but your spirit iko kando. That's why wakati mtu anaondoka kwenye hii dunia, roho inamrudia muumba, because roho ni pure. Amen?
Amen.
Let me give you an example. Even in the Bible, there is a prophet called Samuel. The prophet almost anointed and wasted the oil on a wrong king, because he saw according to the flesh. He almost wasted the oil for a wrong king, because according to him, he looked and considered the outward, not the inward. Now there was a problem there. According to us, according to you, according to them, we understand that a prophet is somebody who sees on behalf of God, who speak on behalf of God. But how come again God rebuke? The Bible says, and God said, you are looking at the outward appearance, but I am looking at the inward. Avoid to use yourself. If you will use ourselves and forget to use God, God will rebuke. When you use your flesh, you are out of God's recommendation. God cannot contradict your choices if you are choosing through him, not through you. Some of you are looking for what God is not looking to. And that's the biggest problem you have. The prophet is looking for a king in the midst of maybe 11 people or maybe 10 people. But God was not even there. God was in the field telling David, your time has arrived. As I'm proclaiming to somebody today that your time has arrived. Unaweza kuona kitu ikupendeze, but sio kitu ya Mungu. Sio kila bwana ni wako, sio kila mke ni wako, sio kila kazi ni yako, sio kila rafiki ni wako. Unaweza kuona kitu katika ndoto. Unaweza kufeel kitu ndani yako. Sometimes it's good to ask God, this thing I'm looking at, are you looking also, like I'm looking at it. This is a job opportunity. According to me, is an opportunity. According to the Spirit of God inside me, it is your thoughts. What do you want? There are some decisions that you will make and you will ruin your life forever because you consult your flesh, not your spirit. Because your spirit is the Spirit of God inside of you. What makes you a prophet is your ability to see through the ears of God. If you don't have any ability to see through the ears of God, that means you'll be wrong in your choices. As a Christian, make sure that you are able to see through the ears of God. Pray for God to reveal things to your spirit. Try to consult the Spirit of God inside of you. Be happy for what your spirit has approved to you, and you will succeed, not your flesh. For you to rejoice in your life, allow your spirit to control your flesh. Because when the Spirit of God will control your flesh, your blessing, your success will be very easy. God will direct you easily. You will not look like others. When you are able to see through the ears of God, that means prophetically in the geographical realm of your blessings, you will be able to go through that way directly without taking more time. That's why Moses decided to follow the pattern. When others decide to discourage him, he said, according to me, him, God, I will follow this pattern. Sometimes unaweza keti hivi unaona yenyewe hapa hakuna njia, usiogope. As long as you have macho kama ya Mungu, as long as you can be able kuona kama Mungu. Wengine wanakuuliza, why are you laughing? Because chenye yenye mnalilia, mimi naona nyuma yake kuna victory. Some of you watapoteza destiny helpers wao because you are using your flesh, not your spirit. Some of you watapoteza kazi zao because you are using your flesh, not your spirit. Some of you mtapoteza hata ndoa zenu because you are using your flesh, not your spirit. Some of you watapoteza hatima zao because you are using your flesh, not your spirit. Some of you watapoteza hata ushirikiano wao na Mungu because you are using your flesh, not your spirit. I'm here to tell you, as a prophet of God, make your flesh be submitted to your spirit.
Amen.
Moses anachapa, anachora, anaona pattern inaenda inapinda. Wanaambia bro, huku unatupeleka hakunaga njia. Sisi tunajua geografia. Kumbe kuna kuaga geografia ya dunia na kuna geografia ya Mungu.
Yes.
Na mahali mtu mwingine hakuweza pita.
Oh, yes.
But as long as God amekuallow kupita hapo, ujue utatoboa.
Yes.
Amina.
Amen.
Nani angejua Ibrahimu Mungu anamuomba Isaka? Kumbe Mungu anataka kumfanya baba wa mataifa. Angepata rafiki akimwambia bro, hiyo ni ufala. Huyu Mungu sasa amekuwa too much. Uko na ng'ombe zaidi ya 100, mbona hajakuloma? Umepata mtoto kwa kuchelewa. Anasema tena umpewe mtoto aje. Angepata mshauri according to the flesh. But then Mungu alipomwambia nipe Isaka, he understood this is the voice of my spirit, not the voice of my flesh. When your spirit is on its duty, sometime haipleasigi flesh yako, because spirit yako itakwambia usifanye hivi. Spirit itakwambia obey to the voice of God. When you have allowed your spirit to dominate your flesh, you are already in captivity to the obedience of Christ. So for you to be blessed, for you to see God, for you to see heaven, allow yourself, allow your spirit, allow your flesh to be dominated by your spirit, so that when your flesh will be dominated by the spirit, you automatically bring every thought into captivity to the obedience of Christ. Automatically, when you allow your flesh to dominate your spirit, maisha yako inaishi failure. Wengi wenu wanachelewa kimaisha. Wengi wenu mmejisapia setup ya kiroho. You are struggling every day because you allow your spirit to be dominated by your flesh. Some of you, their spirits have fractures. There are corrections that need to be done. Usiende kama mtu wa mwili. Kuna wakati mwingine Roho Mtakatifu atakwambia kitu. Una feel hii kitu mbona complicated. Inaumiza. Sometimes inakaa hata unaweza ukadoubt. But the day you will allow your spirit to control your flesh, you will make it in life.